He was a rumpled, solid man with sun-baked skin, and in those days that shaggy mop was iron gray. He'd stride vigorously into Garrison Hall bearing an armload of papers and exuding a truculent disdain for whatever popular vanity was in current ascendancy. On a particular hay-fevered morning, Dobie was always plagued with hay fever, he drew attention to a football team that preceded each game with a full squad prayer for victory. "Who believes," he snorted, "that God cares whether one bunch of young apes or another has the most success with an inflated pig bladder?" Then, his scalding mood tempered by appreciative laughter, Dobie's blunt brown fingers would open the Snyder and Martin book, and he would plunge with Catholic enthusiasm into romanticism, classicism of the age of Victoria. He liked to read poetic passages aloud, Mellinger recalls, and when he did in that earthy growl which no amount of culture could rob of its cow-country quality, something vital happened to Wordsworth, Coleridge, Shelley, and Keats. No one who ever heard him snarl through Browning's hate-filled soliloquy of the Spanish cloister could ever again think that poetry was sissy stuff. Police wanted Pancho because he'd not paid 3 traffic tickets. Dobie wrote to Traffic Corporation Court Judge Jesse Maxwell that he'd pay for running a stop sign near his home, though it had been late at night and there'd only been one car in sight. He'd pay that unjust fine, but he'd go to jail before he'd pay for parking too long in a 1-hour zone between 21st and 22nd Street on University Drag. It's just 1936, and Dobie didn't think there was enough traffic to deprive teachers of parking space near their work. The story's grown to be Dobie's one-man crusade against civilization and parking meters, which incidentally weren't involved. Anyway, Pancho did show up at police headquarters, and reporters were primed because Dobie's letters to the judge and the judge's reply naturally found their ways into the papers under such headlines as, "I won't pay," and "the hell he won't." But Dobie pled guilty on all counts but refused to pay $2 in fines for parking tickets. He was turned over to the police, and he was duly photographed in custody, working out his fine and typing an essay on traffic safety. It was the year of the Texas Centennial, and Chief Boss Thorpe had Dobie lecture to the boys about Texas history so they could answer questions from tourists. Dobie settled his debt to society in a few hours and went home, his reputation for sticking by his convictions unsullied. And the Dobie legend grew richer than ever. But if glamour accrued to Dobie in the social arena, he kept it out of his work.